Hello everybody and welcome back to Michael VR. Today I'm going to be going over a complete weapons tier list on what I think the best to the worst guns are. So make sure if you like the video to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this list. As you can see, in the number one spot I have the Magnum. There's not much explanation that needs to be done here. I've already made other videos on the Magnum and explained why I think it's the best gun. So there you guys have it for the number one spot. In second place, I have the Seiko 85. Now again, there's not much explanation here, but the Seiko 85 is a bolt action sniper rifle and it is 5 shots. It can do damage very quickly and it has very good range on it. The power of the Seiko lies in its ability to be shot extremely quickly and do a lot of damage per second, and that is why I have it at the number 2 spot. For the number 3 spot, I believe it is a tie between the AK and the MP5, and the reason being is that the AK and the MP5 are very similar but also very different guns. The AK is an assault rifle, it has a high fire rate, and it does high damage, higher damage than the MP5. The MP5 has a higher fire rate and it does less damage, but the fire rate makes up for it, okay? I do believe the MP5 is the better gun when combined with another long-range weapon, but since I'm comparing all the guns on this list to each other, I think the AK is a better gun by itself. Next up is the AWP. There is a reason that I have it in the pretty great and at number 5. Okay. First, let me tell you the positives about the AWP. The AWP does a lot of damage and it is really good at very long distances. But the downside to it is you have to be exposed when shooting it. You always have to use 2 hands or it's extremely inaccurate. And it's just not a great gun for being aggressive and, more aggressive playstyles, I guess. But probably my favorite thing about the AWP is that it feels great when you hit a nice headshot or a trick shot with it.
No, 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 no.
Next gun that we have is the DT11 in the pretty great category. I think the DT11 is great for what it's supposed to do, which is a close range shotgun, okay? Close range is the key word. It's not supposed to be mid range and it's not supposed to be long range. If I had made this video a month or 2 ago when the DT11 was not nerfed, it probably would have been in the God tier category, but ever since it got nerfed, it doesn't do as well at medium ranges, so that is why I ranked it at number 6. So at the number 7 spot, we have the 1911. The 1911 is a great gun. It does a lot of damage, and you can shoot it decently fast to get a decent damage per second. The reason it is ranked so low on the list is because I personally do not use the 1911 that much. But just because I don't use the 1911, that doesn't mean you shouldn't. And I highly recommend you try it out if you haven't used it yet. Anyways, guys, as for the rest of the guns on these lists, I'm just going to run through them quickly because I personally don't use these guns very often myself, and I don't think I'm an expert, so I'd just be bullshitting you if I tried to give you a detailed explanation on these weapons. Anyways, for number 7, I put the UMP. I think the UMP is the best lower tier weapon just because it has a lot of bullets when you find a purple or gold UMP, and the recoil is extremely low, super easy to control. Great for newer players if you're just trying to, pick up a gun and go shoot people. The only bad thing that I find about the UMP is the low damage, okay? It is extremely low damage, coming in at 11 damage per hit and 13 to the head. So it's honestly very bad in that sense, and it takes forever to kill somebody. The PX4 is a gun I don't have a lot of experience with, but I have heard it is a great weapon. The best thing about it is it has a lot of bullets, okay, and it does a decent amount of damage. I'm not sure how much it does, but I know it does a decent amount of damage, and I think I should try playing with the PX4 a little more often. The P90 is a gun that I did have a bit of experience with at the beginning stages of the game, and it was great when I was new, but now that I have played a bit more, I really don't like it. I find by the time you control the recoil and, you know, get a good spray on somebody, you're just wasting a lot of bullets and a lot of time with it. I feel like there are much better weapons that can get the job done faster, like the AK and the MP5. Now for the M10, I really do not like the M10. A lot of people like it because it's a rapid fire shotgun, but honestly, I feel like it does not do enough damage, and by the time I'm finished shooting all the shotgun shells in the M10, most of the time it's the last shell that kills the enemy. So it's honestly a useless shotgun to me. And especially when you learn how to reload the DT11, it makes the M10 kind of obsolete. For the last two weapons, I put the CX4 and the Mark IV. The reason I put these at the bottom two is because there's nothing really special about the CX. The CX has a very low fire rate, and I really just don't see the point in using it unless you can't control the recoil on the other guns and you just want something to kind of work for you at all ranges. And it really doesn't work at close range, but I just find it to be a terrible gun. And then for the Mark IV, I really don't like it because I haven't played enough with it. I'm sure I would like it a little bit more if I'd used it a little bit more, but I don't like burst fire weapons, so I just threw that one in last. But it's probably a little bit better than that if you practice with it and use it. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Please make sure if you liked it or learned something new that you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know if you agree with this list or if you have some differences in your list. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.